Alright, hello. Welcome back to Bianca's Tarot. I wanted to do a reading, another reading on a celebrity that passed, and I was torn between Princess Diana and Kobe Bryant and Gigi, but I felt like Kobe's energy and his daughter's energy way more stronger than compared to Princess Diana's. And given it's around the anniversary time, I thought this would be a beautiful time to kind of give whatever message they have to their loved ones and to their fans. So given said that, I am going to read for them the best way I can, and let's see what they have to say. Okay. Okay, I just want to pick up like what I'm feeling already intuitively. I feel like his spirit has accepted his passing. I feel like he has a lot of acceptance towards it, but also there's some sort of like I feel like there's acknowledgement of, not that he's taking responsibility because it's not his fault, but I feel like there's a part of his spirit that feels like it is his fault a little bit. He is at peace with Gigi now. I really do feel like him and her are at peace together, and I feel like he's moved forward. His spirit has moved forward in like terms of wherever he is now, but I feel like there is a there's something that he's acknowledging here though that he feels responsible for. So I'm gonna pick out a couple more cards, and let me see if I could get more insight to that. Authority. He feels somewhat responsible for his passing, and I can't tell if I really can't tell if that is something technical, like there is something technical, or he just feels guilty in general for leaving behind his loved ones. And I'm trying to pick up if there's anything like tangible to it. Mental conflict, wisdom. He feels like people are trying to get into his money. I'm seeing like a third party situation with money, and I feel like he's not that happy about that. But in terms of the conspiracy theories and everything, I'm not getting that this was plotted on him or he was murdered. I really do feel like this was just an unfortunate tragedy. But with the wisdom card here, I feel like him being on the other side, especially with Gigi, there's something he wants to take responsibility for about his passing. I feel like he feels like he was very immature in the decision making that day. I just feel like right now I have a feeling of it's not guilt, it's just I feel it's more than guilt. I feel like I should have known better. But his spirit has grown already on the other side, and I just feel like he's taking responsibility for that, and he's not really there was a mental conflict. There's something with a third-party situation with money. It has nothing to do with the helicopter crash, but he's I don't think it's anything horrible, but I feel like there's still some conflict right now with where his money is going. It's going in 3 different directions. I feel like his money is spreading to a lot of different people, and I don't think he's like upset about it, but I feel like it's like he wants it to go to the right people. I feel 3. Let me clarify. Ace of Wands. He just wants his money to go into a new direction, but to the right people though. I feel like I'm hearing to the right people. And it's weird, like when I connect with him, I feel like just like intuitively, I feel like I have to take like a big breath and like sigh. I feel like there's so much that he feels a little bit responsible for. I just keep getting this feeling of, and I feel like it could be deeper than the helicopter crash. Like I feel like he feels, since he's on the other side, he's looking kind of back on his life and where he was in a high position and he didn't make wise decisions. That's really heavy. So I'm gonna pull out some more cards for him and see what else he has to say. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My phone cut off, but so with the Devil card here, I just asked about his money. Oh yeah, there's something off with where his money is going, and he wants it to be going in like a fair direction. He feels like some people aren't getting the money that they should be getting, and some people are getting money that they shouldn't be getting. Wow, he's really it's like I don't feel like he's angry. I just feel like it's just not fair. He's overlooking a situation with money. There's a woman here. Believe it or not, because my human, I immediately thought of his Vanessa's mother when I saw that card, but it's not Vanessa's mother. It's not Vanessa's mother. There's a woman who's being really greedy. Something with the father card here. I don't know. I really don't like it. I don't have a good feeling about this. I feel like there's a lot of people greedy, hungry for his money. I have 3 people here, but there's a woman here. Is she a parent? There's a lot of people. There's a woman here that wants his money. She's young. She could be white, or she could be on the paler side. Why do I feel like she used to know him or something? I don't know. I feel like there's a young woman at this present time who's being very greedy with his money. There's a lot of greed here with his money, and he wants to go to people who deserve it. But I also just heard in my head that it's also kind of his fault though, because it's also kind of his fault though on what he did in his human life and why so many people feel like they deserve his money though. And I'm gonna clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Page of Cups. He wanted to go really to his children. I don't think he wanted to go to people who didn't really matter to him in his human life. What's your message about your money? Victory and success. He wants it to be successful. Like he wants his success to go to who deserves it, who was really there for him and triumph. He's really passionate about this, like authority, and I keep getting authority for him. he just wants it to go to the right people. I feel like it will, but at the same time, it's just, I feel like his money's being spread out into so many different directions. And it's not that those people don't deserve it, but I feel like some people are being a little bit greedy. So now I feel more comfortable asking about Vanessa. You know, it's like I feel more comfortable asking about Vanessa than he does, because it's like I don't feel that drawn to talk about her. I don't feel, it's not that he doesn't want to talk, but I'm getting, it could be sadness. Like when I'm bringing her up, I don't feel that much from him. But I want to know why. It's not a bad thing. I just feel like he gets a little bit like shy or quiet. So could we do your messages for Vanessa? Great wife. All the lovers. He's really connected to her still. He has a lot of care for her. He respects her. He's really giving her props to her mother role right now. I feel like he's thanking her. I feel like he has a lot of respect for how she was, as not just as a girlfriend, but as a mother. And he knows things are really hard for her right now. She feels really burdened. He watches all her burdens. He knows she's had a lot of burdens already. The Lovers, Wheel of Fortune. He's saying even though a lot of things have changed, I'm still with you. He's really, really, really thankful for her role as a mother. He's actually more thankful for how she is as a mother than how their relationship was. Yeah, he's saying that she's a really strong woman, a really, really strong woman, and he's still supporting her. He has a lot of respect for her as how she is as a parent. Emotional loss. He's really he feels horrible for how things transpired for them. Sacrifice. Ugh. I feel like he's saying, you know, he feels horrible. He feels although he's crossed over, I feel like he does feel the loss of her. He misses her too, even though he still connect with her, and there's a spiritual union. He's really it's hard to explain. Him and Gigi are really strong guides of hers. I feel like they do protect her. They're very connected with her still, and she's going through like a really a big sacrifice in her life right now, and she feels really burdened. And he is saying that he's just giving her so much respect on how she is as a mother. Like, you're an amazing mother. I couldn't have asked for a better woman to be a mother. He's like, I made the right choice in terms of having children with a woman like that. For some reason though, I don't know if he's not giving me the go to talk about it, but I don't feel like he wants to speak a lot about the relationship, or he's not really giving me, I feel like he wants to talk more about how she is as a parent, or their co-parenting skills, rather than the relationship though. So I'm just gonna ask why that is, because for some reason, when I read for him and her, I'm getting this feeling like he just gets really shy. So I'm gonna ask one more time about Vanessa in terms of their relationship and what he has to say to her, like maybe more specific details. But he's really giving her props to, he sees what she's going through as a mother, and he's like, he's just so grateful. He's really grateful about their relationship. Any more details about? Four of Wands. All right, I'm gonna pull these love angel cards to help me communicate on what he's trying to say about her chemistry. Soulmate. Trust. Stay optimistic about the love life. I feel the need to pull out. Okay. He's telling me, like, when they first met, there was a lot of chemistry. I feel like he was more into her than she was into him, but they just had a very strong chemistry. Like, I feel like as soon as they met, they hit it off. They never really felt awkward around each other. They always felt comfortable. And the Seven of Cups, the Hanged One, he's saying that through time he realized that she was his soulmate. I feel like at first it was like more of like a fun type of flighty thing. It was something with 7. I feel like by the 7th week or the 7th month or something with 7 is something, is their date the 7th or something with 7? But I feel like through time he really realized that that was his soulmate. But I also feel like there was like a lack of trust, and they had a great relationship that grew through time with the Four of Wands, like establishing that foundation. But there was an underlying energy of the Devil and the Six of Wands, so I feel like there was issues with trust with them, and it's still kind of, even at their best moments, it still kind of lingered deep down. I feel like it was not just Vanessa with him though, it was both of them. I feel like he looks back on it now like we should have really trusted each other more. Because I feel like they did grow into each other's own soulmates. And I feel like with the Seven of Cups, you know, having your eyes on so many different things, he does realize like that really was his soulmate, and he wishes that, or he just acknowledges that there was like an issue with trust deep down with them. And he kind of wishes that they kind of spent more time with that, with trusting each other, because I feel like there was like some sense of anxiety with them sometimes. But they grew into the Four of Wands, like they really grew together. When that he looks back, like that was really my soulmate. She is my soulmate. And I have to stay optimistic about your love life. I actually do feel like he wants her to be happy one day. I feel like he wants her to he would be, if she were to ever choose to move on, he would not be, he wouldn't feel, he feel like he's at peace with that. So yeah, he really has a lot of respect for her, and it's mainly because of, I feel like through time, and I feel like the number 7 is important to them. I feel like there's something special that they claimed with the number 7. The number 7 could be 4 too, but I feel like it's the number 7. his energy is really strong. Like I do feel like I'm deeply channeling him. I feel him heavy here. So, ooh, love yourself first just popped out. He really wants her to give back to herself. I feel like he feels like she doesn't love herself, or she's struggling to make herself happy. So I want to see if Kobe has anything else to say. I'm going to see if Kobe has anything to say about his the tragedy, because I was getting a hint of him talking about being responsible for something. So let me see if he has anything more to say, or other things in general, and then I'm going to ask if I can move to Gigi. Okay. Nobody is to blame. I feel like he's not, he's saying don't blame the pilot, don't blame, there's nobody to solely blame for this, because everybody had good intentions. It's just, it didn't turn out right. Like, there are good intentions, but it didn't turn out right. And, I feel really emotional. This is the hardest feeling to explain. He's just really, there's just like a big, I had no idea that day was gonna, I don't feel like, you know, some people pass away and there was like I had an intuition, or I had a feeling. He didn't have that. He honestly didn't have that. He didn't have a feeling that something would happen. It really crashed down into, like, before he knew it, he was gone. I don't feel like he had a dream before this. I feel like this came out of left field, and there's nobody to blame for it. There's nobody to blame for it. He takes accountability in terms of, let me see. Let me just clarify this Ten of Swords feeling right here. I just feel like people were rushing, or they weren't, or not rushing, but there was like a struggle with, I just feel like his energy that day was very like, okay, let's just get it done, you know, let's just, or I have to do this. I feel like he was heavily thinking about himself, not in an ego way, but he was thinking like about like his to-do list for the day, and he didn't really stop and really consider. He had no idea. He wasn't thinking about, he was thinking of so far ahead. He was thinking so far ahead. He had no idea, and there's nobody to blame for it. And I have the Two of Cups. I have the Three of Wands. He doesn't even want, okay, sorry that got cut off because my phone is on 10%, but yeah, I don't feel like he has any blame. I feel like everybody had good intentions that day. Everybody wanted to get things done that day. Everybody was kind of thinking about other things, and the Fool card is just, you know, I wasn't in my mental state. He said if I didn't have a lot of things going on, I feel like I could have picked up on or prevented things from happening. Could have rescheduled, could have. But I feel like since he's crossed over, there's a difference between people who cross over and people who kind of stay here as ghosts. I don't feel like his spirit is holding on to that. I feel like he's still upset in a way, but I don't feel like he is like harboring that. I'm gonna ask real quick if he's just like for some more blunt messages. Let me ask you, how do you feel about your passing? Do you blame anyone? He's crossed over. He's crossed over. Don't stop. Listen to your intuition. He didn't listen to his intuition because I feel like that day he didn't even have an intuition. He was very, and he was a Virgo too, right? He had a lot of things he had to do. I think, like, he didn't literally have laundry, but I'm hearing in my head, like, okay, I have to do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, like a lot of practical things. In the 3D world, he wasn't tapping into his intuition that day. He was thinking about the future. He was thinking about things that were going to happen in, like, an event that was going to happen like within 3 to 6 weeks, or he wasn't thinking. And I feel like he is sorry for, I'm getting a couple here too. I feel like, I know there were a lot of people. Was there a couple on the helicopter? Because I feel like they're also with him, and they were, most of the adults on the helicopter were thinking like very far ahead. I don't feel like anybody, I feel like there was a young girl who had a feeling that something was about, but in terms of all of the adults were, and I'm getting this feeling like adults, so I feel like he's kind of saying, like, we were the adults, we should have really picked up on stuff, but we were so focused on other things that we had to do for the day that we didn't really stand still and really examine, like, what could have gone wrong. But he's crossed over, and his spirit has definitely in a higher place, so he's not in that negative dwelling space, but he takes responsibility. He takes responsibility in terms of being the adult. Should have been the adult. So I've never channeled a child spirit, like a child spirit, and not that I don't feel comfortable, but I'm just gonna ask one more time if it is okay to connect with Gigi, and if she is crossed over. And so let me get some insight on Gigi's energy. Strength popped out. 10 of Pentacles. She's with a lot of people there on the other side. I know everybody just talks about her father, but I see an older woman. There's a grandmother, like a great-grandmother. A great-grandmother. She's I feel like she had a harder time with crossing over than Kobe did. Because I see everybody talks that she's with Kobe. Not that she's not with Kobe, but there's like a whole ancestral family around her that kind of helped her pass. I feel like, because when I think about her, I'm seeing like a whole team around her. Actually, let me use these cards. Opportunity, improving health, recovery. She had a harder time passing over than her father did. I feel like she was confused. I feel like she was kind of waiting on, I just get this, I feel confused. I feel like I don't know what's going on. But then I have recovery, and I see how there's a woman, there's like an older woman that met her. I know people think it's like Kobe, and it's not that it isn't Kobe, but there was another woman that helped her pass over. There's an older lady I feel connected there's a woman here that got that helped her recover. I feel like she's still, it's not that her and Kobe aren't together, but when I ask about him and when I ask about her, like, I just feel more confused. Like, I feel like in between. But she is with people now, but I don't feel like he's around her, but I feel like she has a bigger team around her, though. Like, when I connect with Kobe, he's with Gigi, but with Gigi, I'm getting, like, she has, like, a whole team around her. Like, with her spirit. There's a great-grandmother. There's a great-grandmother that is with her. She actually is helping, like, her spirit recover. There's a great-grandmother. And I can read for her. But she's, like, heavily protected. Like, there's a lot of people, like if you ask for her spirit, I feel like there's, like, a whole team around her. I feel heavy. This is a really heavy reading. But she's here, but I feel like she's here with just a lot of people. So I'm gonna ask some questions about, I'm gonna see if what messages Gigi wants to put out. There's a great-grandmother. I feel like it's more of Kobe's side of the family. Is she Indian or something? I don't know. It's more of Kobe's side of his family is where the great-grandmother comes in. But what about, okay, Gigi, what do you have any messages to speak on? Seven of Swords. The Hierophant. I don't feel like she crossed over as smoothly as Kobe did. I don't feel like she's at peace as much as Kobe is. She's not. She's a little bit upset. I feel like she feels upset. I feel like King of Cups. I feel like, did she argue with someone that day? I feel like there's a man here that she wasn't listening to, or it could be Kobe, but I feel like she was being like a bit like standoffish. I feel like she just wasn't in the mood for something that day. I feel like she was moody that day or the week before. I feel like she was moody. I feel like her spirit was moody. And the Hierophant and the Eight of Cups, I feel like she really didn't want to pass on. I feel like she's telling me that I feel like around that time there was just something, she was just really moody. I don't know. I'm getting like, how was she at home? Who would know? Somebody would have to watch, but I feel like she was just getting a little bit moody. And then I got 8 twice. I feel like 8 is important with her. And I feel like the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Cups, she longs for, she is so connected with her younger siblings. Like, she longs, she finds way to speak to them all the time. She has so much to say to them. Her spirit is really like, because I feel like with Kobe's, he's way more laid back. I feel like she's so eager, and she has a lot more human emotions than her father. Her spirit is just a bit more like confusing and heavy. Let me see. She is, I feel like she is heavily like connected to somebody here on earth. Who's the youngest sibling? I feel like she's connected to like the youngest sibling. And I feel like, what's with her and her or there's another man. I feel like there's another man that I know she doesn't have a brother, but I'm getting this feeling of like resistance towards a guy. I don't know. I feel like she was a little bit in a mood that day, or she exchanged a lot of words with somebody that day. But she's connected with like a younger sibling or a sibling. Could be Natalia. She's connected with a sibling, and I feel like she's always finding ways to communicate with them through dreams or something. I feel like that day she was really moody, and I feel like she had a hard time accepting her passing. I feel like she was really stubborn about that. Let me see if she has any other messages. Hope. Memories of love. She's just really new beginnings. It's like she's definitely crossed over. I'm not saying she hasn't, but there's a part of her I feel that it was a hard process for her. And it's like she's moving on, but she is also like connected to someone in the family. And I feel like it's a sibling, and I feel like it could be two siblings or like the youngest sibling. And she's connected to the youngest. I know she has a baby sister. I feel like she's heavily connected. And I feel like if that little girl grows up, there's going to be something similar about her and Gianna, or she might, when she gets older, she might talk about things that, like, she used to come to me in my dreams. But she's heavily connected to her. And the memories of love card is like she really didn't want to leave. The hope card is saying she's in a really good, like, she's really protected. She's heavily protected. And I just feel like that day she was a little bit moody. I don't know if she was like in a moody time in her life. She was like, I was really moody that day, or the weeks before. I didn't want to leave. She's saying she didn't want to go. There's something, I feel like she didn't, not saying that she didn't like basketball, but there's something she wasn't in the mood for that day or something. I feel like she just didn't want to do something that day. I feel like she just wasn't in the mood. I feel like that's her personality in general. She was like a moody girl. I feel like she was moody. She was a really moody kid. Not in a bad way. I just feel like she was very like her way. But I feel like she was really moody. And she's really connected to a younger sibling. I have to breathe because there's a lot of, I feel so intense with her spirit. No. A year from now. Get more information. Meditation brings answers. She's spiritually connected to a younger sibling, like heavily. And a year from now, I don't know, maybe something might happen in a year from now in memory of Gigi. They might do something in memory of her, or they're talking about it and she supports that. And I got 6 twice, so there's something with 6. There's something with 6 with her. But I feel like it's more about the future, something with 6 in the future. And she's heavily connected, also with her mother too. She's heavily connected to her mom. She did not want to cross over. I feel like she's had a harder time. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like she was instantly with her father after she passed on. I feel like she had a different experience. I feel like they're together now, but I feel like her energy is like completely different than his. And there's a great grandmother coming up in her reading. I feel like she's with a great grandmother. Could be Indian or something. She's not white. I don't feel like she's from Vanessa's side of the family. She's from Kobe's side. She's a tan skinned I'm getting pulled to do cards for Gigi to her mom. So I think this is the last I'll do, and then I'll close the reading off. Gigi to her mom and her siblings. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, you know, what she would say, but let me pull out cards. I feel the need to. Page of Pentacles. There's something they did with her school. I was connected like to the book bag, and something with school that she's really happy about. Something with a memory of her at the school. Is there a picture, or there's going to be something new? It hasn't happened yet. They're talking about it. Something in her name, or something in like a picture of her in the school, a statue, or there's something that she's really happy about. Her mom gets frustrated. I feel like her mom is always looking for signs of Gigi, and sometimes she doesn't get them. Sometimes she doesn't get them, and it stresses her out. And her mom is really stressed out. I mean, obviously, but there's something about, I just feel like she wishes for signs from her, and she doesn't get them in the way that she wants to. And Two of Wands. She's so happy about something with school. I don't know if they're doing something at her school for her. Something with money too, but I feel like it's at school. And her mom gets stressed out because her mom gets stressed out with, I feel like her mom is looking for ways to, I feel like her mom might go to a psychic one day or something, because I feel like her mom is looking for signs of her all the time. Like, I feel like her mom has things of Kobe, but not of G, or there's a harder time. There's a harder thing connecting with Gigi. And her mom she's telling her mom to, like, that she is there. She's just not coming in the way that her mom is expecting her to. And she's happy about something being done with school. Something with school. And she's talking about, I feel like there's another classmate that talks with Vanessa. There's another girl here. She's younger. How old was Gigi? I forgot how old she was, but I feel like this girl's around her age. This young girl. And she wants her mom to know that she is with her, but her mom wants like more of a clear sign. Her mom has a lot of anxiety. Like, her mom's anxiety is like through the roof. Love begins. Material harvest. Sacrifice. Her mom, she's saying she has a lot of love for her mom still, and she's really appreciative of everything her mom does for her and her memory. And I just feel like a really specific message is like her mom wants something with Gigi. Like, I feel like she doesn't feel her as much, or she has doubts with her faith and stuff about Gigi. She's worried about her a lot. But I feel like she's telling her mom, like, she's around her, but not in the way that her mom is expecting her to appear as. I don't know. And I got the sacrifice. I feel like she's saying, you know, I will see my mother again. She's appreciative for all the sacrifices her mom made for her and is continuing to do for her. And she's saying to her mom that they're always gonna have a bond, and she wants her mom to stop freaking out about Gigi. I feel like it's kind of made her Gigi's spirit, like, she's really worried about her mom, so she's not moving on, her spirit isn't moving on in the way that it should be because of it. And it's nobody's fault. I mean, this is a horrible situation, but I feel like that's just a message coming on strongly. And she's saying, like, with this, there's something that they used to do together. It could be, did they bake a lot together, or did they make something together? I feel like if she does that, she's with her mom when her mom does things that they used to do together. And I feel like there's something with, like, planting or baking or something with their hands, like making something. There could also be like a tree in her memory too. But I feel like I'm getting a message like, if you do things that we used to do together, that's when I'm with you. And because her mom's expecting her to come in a way that she's not coming through as. So, and her mom will be going to a psychic, or has she gone to one already? I feel like she'll go to one soon. She'll go to a lot of psychics. But, yeah. It's heavy. So I feel like this is a really interesting reading. I wish both their spirits peace. I feel like Gigi she is with people on the other side, but I feel like her spirit, there is a lot going on with her in terms of her passing over. And they're both at peace, and they watch over their loved ones. And Gigi, there's a lot of things that are gonna come in her memory later on in her life. I mean, later on in Vanessa's life, there's going to be a lot of things made for her. There could be like a movie or like a documentary too coming. But they're both at peace. And it really was an unfortunate tragedy. But they are protecting their loved ones. And they're with beautiful people on the other side. And Gigi, like I said, she's with a great-grandmother. There's a great-grandmother that's heavily with her, that's helping her spirit heal. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.